Hello guys, in this video I'll show you one of my favorite tools to use in 3ds Max called SetFlow. It's got very many uses. Let me just show you a basic use to start off. That's for making a belt or really anything here. And you kind of got this, alright? Let's see, I want to go ahead and make something more complex here. Now what I've seen lots of people do, guys, is chamfer, and I've got chamfer set to Control-Alt-C. In 3ds Max, when you chamfer, you can hold down Alt and then move left and right to increase the edges, right? Then you can let go of Alt, then you can let go of left mouse button as well, and then you get this curve right here. That is one way to do things, guys. It certainly is not a bad way, but what I prefer to do, to give me just the amount of control that I need, is to use something called SetFlow. And that's available right here, SetFlow. I've got that set to Control-Shift-S. Now, what's cool about this is if you use the Swift Loop tool, which I've set to Alt-S, if you hold down Shift, as you left click, it will apply SetFlow right away. So it kind of just does 2-in-1 actions. But essentially what SetFlow does, guys, is that when you select an edge here and click on SetFlow, it will try and match to the surrounding curvature right here. So if I insert loop through here and then use SetFlow, it's going to try and match the curvature, which as you can see is fantastic for lots of curved modeling here. And if you do Swift Loop when you hold down Shift, it's just a very fast way to get a lot of detail where it needed to be. Alright. So let's say, for example, that I'm modeling something. And, you know, I extrude here. You may have seen me using this in my videos on modeling handles. Now, one thing to note, guys, SetFlow does not work very well on the edges right here. So if I try and like do SetFlow here, it's going to be a little bit wonky there. So before you use it there, insert a little kind of isolation loop. And now it'll work much better. So it's like, boom, now I have the added curvature here, and I can add another detail there. For example, let's say I wanted to add a hole right here. And let's say I have some loops here. Well, I couldn't really do that because the only way to add a hole right here would be to just do that. And that may be a little bit too basic. So I would like to just add some more loops here. So I'm going to use Swift Loop, hold down Shift, boom, 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 boom. Maybe, you know, set up a little bit more. And now I have much better topology here for a hole, for example. Oh, might need to just rotate this a bit. Sometimes regularizer mess up a little bit here. And boom, just like that, we have a hole going through here. If you guys are enjoying this video, be sure to check out the description where I have links to more advanced courses such as on sci-fi design, futuristic vehicles, furniture, and more comprehensive advanced courses. So, other examples, guys, is if I were to a box, and once again, a lot of people, guys, like to just chamfer this like so. And of course, the problem there is that you get bad topology and you can't really subdivide, and it's pretty much more difficult to work with if you're going for good topology and subdivision. So what I do instead is I insert a loop through here and then through here. And if I want to curve there, I'll select this and use SetFlow on that. Boom, just like that. So I find it to be very useful. Let's say I select this and insert loop through there. I can now select this, SetFlow on that, get a curve going here. If I were to, let's say, extrude this, and let's say I want there to be a more gradual transition there, I'll just select this, SetFlow, and now it's going to be a much more smooth transition. Very good for some nice, sleek sci-fi details. Cars, motorcycles, more sleek kind of shapes. Really comes in handy for that. SetFlow is very good for freeform modeling as well. One of my favorite forms of modeling is freeform modeling. So with freeform modeling, it's just pretty much kind of organic modeling where you pretty much model all over the place. And maybe a little bit chaotic sometimes. Like right here, let's say I want to have more topology here. Of course, one thing I could do is I can always subdivide. The problem is that makes a topology in all directions, which you may not want. If you only want to be right here, that's where Cyflow comes in handy. So it's like an alternative to using chamfer. Right here, for example, set flow, to define the edge right here, to define the curve here. So it can be useful just to kind of regularize things, spread them out a bit. So guys, that is set flow. Thank you for watching. Take care.